I'm so excited because today kicks off the second weekend of the church tag sale in Haddam, Connecticut that I showed in my video last week. That means everything is 50% off the sticker price. I'm hoping there are still some good items left. We'll find out in just a moment. Is it just me or are we having some deja vu here? Okay, so I'm inside and they've definitely reorganized. 50% off, that's the sign we want to see. And I'm checking out these pretty dishes. These are Royal Calden. For a moment, I thought they might be Spode, but they're not. They're still very nice. There's still lots of glassware here. Clear glass can be a tough seller sometimes. I still love it, and it's still fun to see it. I see they still have a lot of canister sets that didn't sell. I have sold one set of canisters in the past and they sat around for a long time. So even though I think they're beautiful, I'm not going to pick up any for myself. I see a lot of the toll trays are left. To tell you the truth, I think the ones I bought were the nicest. So I'm not going to get any more. And I'm just looking around at all of the items to see where I should head next. Let's go towards the furniture. I remember that little upholstered table. This highboy is really beautiful. It looks very well made. $195, but half off. That's not a bad price. I'm checking out some of these textiles. They are really inexpensive today, only $1.50. So I'm just gonna go through these. I don't tend to pick up kind of run-of-the-mill doilies, but if I find something special with some color or rosettes, I will often grab it. There's some really pretty things here, as you can see. So I'll just kind of keep perusing the linens to make sure there's nothing that should come home with me. This is a beautiful tablecloth. I have so many that I need to list on eBay that I don't think I'm going to pick up another one, but I do think this one is beautiful. It was originally $20, so even at $10, not a screaming deal. I try to limit my tablecloths at about $5 when I can. It's really pretty. It doesn't look old, but I like the flowers on it. These lamps are really pretty. Looks like those plugs are old. They probably need to be rewired. George Washington's silhouette is still here. Even half off 35 is more than I'm gonna pay. And I like this little chest. And this horse is really cute, $25. This lampshade is beautiful. I remember it from the last time, but now I'm noticing that the shade is not in great shape. This sampler is really beautiful. It is only $15 today, so that's a really good price. This is very sweet with a barn and the house in the background, $50, so $25 today. And I remember this embroidered piece that's half off. I just don't like the frame, unfortunately. And the piece in front of it is sweet, but a little pricey, even at 50% off. Another nice piece, but I'm not gonna swing that much for it. That's pretty. I still love this. Do you remember this from the last video if you watched it? This is such a large and gorgeous needlepoint piece, but even at 50% off, I can't do it. That's kind of sweet with the birds. I like this old, what is this, an old mill, I guess. Half off 15. Has some condition issues with the matting, so I think I'm gonna leave it. I love these brass sconces. These are really large and they look really substantial. They have a great patina, $25 for the pair. I am definitely thinking about these. Okay, we're headed outside just to see what's in the tents and the other outdoor structure. There's still some furniture left out here that's kind of cute. They have an old fireplace fender or grill, and I've been in the market for one. but this one has some condition issues, and even if I worked those out, it's got a crack in the corner, so I'm gonna hold out for one in better condition. Let's go inside the tent and see what's in here. It's a lot emptier than the first time I came in here a week ago. They still have that pretty quilt rack. And there's still a little bit of furniture here. I like this little harvest basket, but I already have quite a few of these, so I'm not gonna pick it up. They have a whole pile of baskets that I remember from the last time. Just wondering if there's anything that's unusual or particularly well made. Probably if there were, it would be in the church and not out here in a tent, but might as well look while I'm here. This is a lovely chest, $40, so only $20. I would be very tempted by that if I had a space for it. We actually have a lot of blanket chests and trunks and things at our own house, so I'm not in the market for more. This beautiful green cabinet is so charming. And there's some more wooden trunks or blanket chests. They definitely need some work. This is interesting. What is this? Wagon jack for $40. If I had a wagon, I would probably bring that home. But back to the trunks, again, or blanket chests. I don't know what to best call them. They are definitely worthy of a restoration project, but as I said, I don't have space for them. Look at that old hardware. And I'm also not looking for a project. I'm busy enough as it is, to tell you the truth. Nice old irons. I have quite a few of these. This piece has me scratching my head. I'm trying to figure out what the heck this is for. I'm gonna have to do a little research. It's only $15, I think. I discovered that this is an old glass negative drying rack. It would have been used to hold and dry glass plate negatives after they were processed in photographic development. The wet glass negatives would have been inserted into the grooves of the shelves so air could circulate, allowing them to dry evenly without scratching or damaging the emulsion surface. These drying racks were usually made of wood or coated metal to prevent chemical reactions with the negatives. So that mystery is solved, and I definitely learned something new today. Was this information new to you too, or did you already know what this rack was used for? Let me know in the comments. This butter churn is really interesting, but it doesn't have the bottom part to it, so this just sort of slides over whatever would have been on the bottom. Very odd. And here we have another beautiful blanket chest. And the old stove is still here. I guess that would need a very specific kind of buyer. I see some old Victorian chairs in the back and some dressers. That great old sink with mirror is still here. Again, that would just require a really special person who had a really specific place in mind for it, but I still think it's an awesome piece. Well, that was great. Let's head home and I'll show you what I bought. Last weekend, I went to a church tag sale that was really good. Lots of beautiful high-end things. However, the prices were really high, too high for the most part to pick things up to resell. But I knew that this weekend, everything would be 50% off. And those were game-changing numbers. So of course I had to go back. I was there bright and early to try to see what I could find. And of course my fingers were crossed that some of the things I didn't get last time would be there still. And quite a few of them were. And the best part is I was able to pick up some china, which has become really hard to do because the prices have been creeping up on china. So I can't wait to get into it. And I think I'll start with one of the things that I put back the last time that almost killed me to put back. But this time I didn't have to. So there's actually two, but one in particular. So the first thing I want to show you, oh my gosh, I love this. So it's this beautiful embroidered farm scene with like these great fall colors in the horse and wagon. It looks like this is done on linen. I think this is crewel work, if I'm not mistaken. But I love this. I think the frame really suits it. It's got a nice kind of rustic frame. And this was $30, but on this day, everything was 50% off, as I said, so $15. And I thought that was an amazing find. Similarly, I picked up this covered bridge scene, which is also crewel work. And again, great autumnal colors. This would be amazing as part of like fall decorating. I can just see it all now. I'm not in a hurry to get back to fall. I am enjoying the warming up weather, but I thought these were lovely. Let me just show you how nice they would look together. Oops, a lot of glare. There we go. If I tilt them, we get a little less glare. It gives you an idea of how nice they would look grouped together. So I thought they were a really fun find, and I was so glad, especially that the horse and carriage, or the horse and wagon picture was still there, because that was a particular favorite. Here are the beautiful crewel work pictures that I picked up, and the little basket from Goodwill that looked kind of cute with it. I just have them propped up in the bay window. This is a very helpful display space today. But of course, if I were keeping these, I would probably hang them up. I would think, although they do look nice here too, I just think the colors are so fabulous for the fall. And this one especially, I love. I also found this beautiful cross stitch that I did not see the last time I was there. So I wonder if somebody had it like on hold, or they were carrying it around and they put it down later because they changed their mind, or maybe it just hadn't come to the floor at the time that I was there. But this one is beautiful. Doesn't it have such great detail in it? It's got, of course, the alphabet, as a good sampler should, but I think the image on it is lovely. I like the matting. I like the framing. It's all working for me. It was $30 originally, so I paid $15 for this, and I think it was a good find. What do you think? Here's the beautiful sampler, and underneath it, just so I could show you another piece, is the runner that I thrifted from Goodwill, which is really beautiful. And I think this would look beautiful on a nice big wall space that can accommodate it and really highlight all of the pretty colors and designs in this handmade piece. This is just really special. When I first went to the tag sale the week before, I found all of these great vintage kitchen gadgets with the painted wooden handles. I love these. Look how careful they are to make sure nobody gets hurt. So very conscientious and thoughtful. And here are some red ones. So the first time I had put all of these in my bag and I was gonna get them, and then I just did the math and I thought, I can't justify these prices. So I went back to the table where I found them and I returned all of them to the table and assumed that was the last I'd ever see of them. But here they are. So I was able to get them all for half price. And for half price, I thought the prices were really fair. For instance, this was $3 instead of $6, $3, $2, $4. I mean, still not giving the stuff away, you know, but these are really nice. I don't know if you can see the writing on that. So my plan is for all of this, I'm keeping it all, and this will go on my kitchen Christmas tree that I have each year. It's a little pencil tree in my kitchen, and I like to decorate it with all kind of vintage kitchen themed items like cookie cutters and all that kind of stuff. This will fit in perfectly, and it will be such a nice addition. I honestly had zero hope that I would still find these dishes available at the sale. I cannot tell you how I was salivating over them the first time. Everybody was looking at them and nobody was buying them because they were just too expensive the first day. But at half off, they were still, again, not giving them away, but made the math much better and in my favor. Aren't these gorgeous? I love the basket weave pattern. I love the blue flower in the center. These were made in Denmark, so really nice find. And as you can see, there's a nice stack of dinner plates in 2 different sizes. These have kind of a scooped out bowl effect, so I don't know, would you use these for salads? I'm not sure exactly what's what here. This one has a little bit of discoloration, a little bit of crazing. All different sizes. This would be great for dessert. We have a bowl. So anyway, I thought these were absolutely lovely. As much as I would love to keep them, I am gonna sell these, and I'm hoping someone will be really excited to find them. I'm using my own tablecloth. I recently sold a few of these, but this one is from my own collection. I love how deep blue this is, and I think this is gonna give me what I'm looking for, which is a nice combination between elegant and casual. This might be my favorite tablescape I have ever done. I am obsessed with this amazing tablescape. Indy is totally bored and not feeling it at all. But I love the way these dishes look against the tablecloth. Aren't they stunning? And I have little Delft candlesticks here. And I have my beautiful Lenox vase that belonged to my mother, and I have bleeding hearts in this. I love bleeding hearts so very much. I'm gonna move this right afterwards so the cats don't get into it, so don't worry. I put a few other little serving pieces on just to give you a sense of it. And these are the water glasses that I've had for a really long time, and I recently thrifted a whole bunch more, which was so fortunate. And then over here, on the fireplace, just to mirror the blue a little bit, I added these Delft vases and popped just a couple of flowers in them on either side. So this is making me feel so spring, so ready for all of the flowers and gardens and all of the good things that we wait all year for. I think this is so nice. Now, if only someone would make us dinner. Uber Eats. Indy is not impressed with all of the goings on around him. He's just all about his nap. He's so cute and rumpled when he sleeps. Back when he was a kitten, he would have been jumping on that table and having a party. Look how he's matured. And here's Iris considering ways to play with the water bowl. I shouldn't tap her and startle her. Iris is deaf, so I try usually not to do that. Sorry, Iris. And here's Wilson hanging out in the dining room. He's just taking a little nap. This is lately a go-to spot for him. And not far away is Miss Licorice in the library taking a nap of her own. This is definitely nap time at Worthington Home. I should take one myself. Doesn't that sound so good? I did not see this set the last time I was there, but it's possible that there was just so much stuff I didn't notice. But these are Flint Ridge china made in California. Flint Ridge is beautiful. I don't come across it very often in my travels, but it tends to be an excellent seller. And this is such a pretty little like dessert set. So somebody wouldn't need to have a full set to make use of these, and because it has a very kind of clean, classic pattern, it would match any tablescape. So I thought that was another really good pickup. Let's see how these pretty Flint Ridge plates look laid out as if someone were coming for dessert. Okay, here is the Flint Ridge. I just felt like putting the silverware like this. What can I tell you? Just made me happy. I love this tablecloth gifted to me by a viewer of this channel and my friend Susan. I put the bleeding hearts back here very messily. Here we have an Art Deco coffee set. So this is not of the same era. The Flint Ridge is probably mid-century. The coffee set is certainly earlier, but I like layered mixed things. And this just makes me happy. So anyway, I think for 6 people over for dessert, you could hardly do worse than this pretty Flint Ridge set. And I especially love how simplistic it is with a busier tablecloth, because sometimes it's nice to have pattern and color in your tablecloth and then a little more restraint in your dishware. And then you can go a little nutty with your flower arrangement. And mix your eras. See how I justify all of my crazy decisions? I like it. This platter makes my heart stop. It's just the way it is. I love everything about it. I love the castle subject matter. I love the red and white. I love the shape of this platter. Isn't that lovely? And if we turn it over, it is Johnson Brothers. It unfortunately has this big old chip on the backside. However, it's not noticeable from the front. And so if this were a display piece, this really is as beautiful as if it had no imperfections whatsoever. And for $3, I was happy to take a chance on it. Similarly, we've got this really pretty handled platter. This guy's got a lot of crazing and a little bit of discoloration, but again, the subject matter is so good. I was willing to overlook it. So this is Mason's Vista England. This is really, really pretty. And then I've got some spode. So let's take a closer look at the spode. So this is a reproduction of old spode designs, and I actually had a full set, all different designed pieces, but a full set of red and white in a former home, and I loved it. So this one is especially nice, and the pattern is called the Woodman. So this is a spode pattern. Again, this isn't super old, it's a reproduction, but it still gives you that great old-fashioned look. And here's another one. This one was called Floral. Really pretty and elegant. And then we've got 2 green patterns. This one used to be my favorite design of all of the plates that I had. Girl at Well. I think that's really lovely. And then this one's got more of a kind of Asian feel about it, which is really, really nice. Willow, first introduced in 1790. So lots of pretty china pieces to add to eBay or my booth space or whatever. And I was so excited to pick them up. Here's a collection of the red and white transferware that I picked up. It looks really pretty together. I love this kind of effect. These pieces are so nice. And even though they're not all the same manufacturer, I think they look beautiful together. They remind me so much of my brown and white transfer collection, which is right next door in this corner cabinet. I think the brown and white is so pretty for fall especially, and I think the red and white is so pretty for the holidays, the winter holidays especially. Then I love the green and white for spring, and I love the blue and white for summer, although they're beautiful all times of year. It's just my personal favorite way to see them displayed. I put the green and white plates on stands so I could show you how pretty they look really just as decorative plates. Although these plates are food safe, you could absolutely use these and there would be absolutely no lead in these because I believe they were made in the 1990s. So absolutely safe. However, great display pieces if you want to use them that way as well. I forgot to show you the candle sconces when I was going through the hall, but here they are on the wall. This is in the master bedroom. I'm really happy with these. I think they're lovely. And they kind of balance out the total look of what we have going on here. So this is the master bedroom. This is our vintage blanket chest that we absolutely love. The TV's on it. It's just real life. We watch it every night before we go to bed. So there it is. But I think this whole look is really working. We see this first thing in the morning, last thing at night, along with Licorice's toys and Licorice herself. So I think I did pretty well at the tag sale, especially for day 2. Oops, I see the light in the background, especially for, not day 2, it was weekend 2. So it was, I think it was like day 4 because it had gone on, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the weekend before, and then this was Friday again. So nice finds, I think. So later on, I needed to meet up with my brother, and we were gonna be in Westville area, which is like in between New Haven and Woodbridge in that zone, and he was running late. We were supposed to meet at a particular location, and that was okay because I was so close to Goodwill, I figured, I'll just run in. I probably won't find anything, but I'll just take a peek. Well, that's not what happened. I found a couple of really fun things in a very short period of time. Let me tell you, I was hauling. So the first thing I found is my favorite. I'm gonna reach over and show you. Oh my God, oop. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I wanna keep this so badly. I cannot even express it to you. I have literally nowhere for it. So I just have to get over myself and let this one go, but I love it so much. Oh my God. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I love this beautiful artwork. I love the look of all of these fabulous Crocs. Oh my gosh, I think the frame is really beautiful. I love the shape of this. I just thought this was a beauty. So of course I've tried it every conceivable place I can think of. It fits nowhere. So sadly and against my will, this will be going up for sale on either eBay or my booth space. I love this print. I've just popped it on the bay window. I wouldn't keep it here though because this has such a really fun primitive kitchen look, and our dining room has more of a formal look about it in general. So I think you can mix and match looks. I think that's a lot of fun, but I think this might be a bridge too far in this room. But really love that piece, and cute with other kinds of more primitive decor with it, like that little basket. This would look beautiful with rolling pins and a crock near it. I mean, the possibilities here are endless. I found this very pretty runner. I love the colors on this. I love the deep reds and the gold tones. Really pretty. This would be especially nice in the fall, even in the winter. It's got tassels. I love things with tassels. So I thought that was a really, really pretty pickup. So into my cart it went. I decided to grab this little basket. I just thought this had such a cute little shaker basket quality to it. I just thought, we'll find some little place to plop this. And then I found this big Carnival glass bowl with feet. I love the feet on this. And I don't know if I can give you a really good look. I hope you can see all of the pattern in this. It really gleams. It's got that nice kind of oil slick color effect happening. Really a nice substantial piece. It's heavy. And again, I think this will look fabulous as part of somebody's fall decor, or really any time of year. But of course, these color tones make me think of fall especially. So I thought that was a good find. I love the way this Carnival glass bowl looks on my little demi-lune table and this wooden tray. As I mentioned before, it definitely makes me think more of fall, but really this is appropriate any time of year. I love the shine and the feet and just the general size of it. So nice and substantial. I think this was a good find. Look at this. I cannot believe how close Indy is to Licorice, and actually Licorice repositioned herself to get closer to Indy. So I'm whispering so I don't bother them, but I am amazed. Friends, miracles can happen, and this is one of them. Licorice has never really been a fan of cats or really any other creatures. So this was a sight I never expected to see. Even Iris is amazed. I'm a little bit scared to show you my upstairs linen closet. Oh boy. It is packed to the rafters, and this is a very deep closet, so there's no reason for it to look this way. And I thought we might take a little bit of time and clean this out together. I'm hoping this might give you some inspiration to clean out some space in your own home that's been bugging you as much as mine's been bugging me. So I'm just going to start from the beginning and start to take out all of these pillow forms. I have so many of them because I keep meaning to do projects involving pillows and I keep not getting to those projects. So I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to put them somewhere else where I keep my project stuff. Next up, I have blankets that I use on the library sofa just to manage the dog hair and the claws and the dirt and all of that stuff. So definitely need those. This is another one. You can tell by the blue color. Then I'm going to take this tablecloth. I love this tablecloth. I think I'm going to put this on a hanger and relocate all of the tablecloths to the newly renovated closet downstairs, like this beautiful crocheted one I bought at Brimfield last year. Yep, they're all going on hangers, and then I'll be able to access them so much more easily, and hopefully they won't get as wrinkled when they're in storage and not in use. This is a really pretty pillow. I do use this sometimes in the library. I love all the cording on this, so I'll continue to store that. And this is a really nice one that Eric and I picked up in Vermont a few years ago, and I do use this in the winter, so I'll continue to store that. This is a really cute one for the 4th of July, and it looks like licorice, so I'm keeping this one. This is a really pretty Lenox tablecloth that will go on a hanger, and it will join its friends downstairs. This runner is also going to go downstairs. So I think downstairs we'll have tablecloths and runners all on hangers, and that way I can always see and access what I have. Here's another runner. Eric and I bought this one in Charleston. It's linen. It's really pretty. So we're going to hang this up. And this is just some ticking fabric. I've used this for a lot of different projects, and I'm sure I will want to use this again. So this is going to go in a project fabric pile. I already have one started somewhere deep in this closet. This fabric is gorgeous. I picked this up at an estate sale this fall. I love this, and I think eventually this will be used for an upholstery project somewhere, so I'm going to continue to hold on to this. Moving right along, I use this blanket on the sunroom sofa sometimes, and this one as well. So I'm going to hold on to those. Pillowcase cover that goes to sheets I no longer own. That's a toss. And some tablecloths. I don't know if I still want this one because I have so many nicer ones now. I'm going to move this basket that has cleaning supplies on it because it's in my way. This tablecloth is kind of plain. It's just white, but I often use it under tablecloths that need some kind of white base under them. So this is a keeper, and it will go downstairs with the rest. This is a really pretty bedspread cover, so I'm keeping that. And this is a beautiful throw blanket. It's Bates, so I'm keeping that. I've got another dog blanket. I really need those. They come in handy and I wash them frequently. This is a Barefoot Dreams blanket that is so soft, and it was a gift from my dear friend. Here we have another tablecloth. Let's see what we have back here. This is a really nice Pottery Barn pillow that I think will look nice on the chair in Zach's room. And this is another Pottery Barn pillow that also I sometimes use in different rooms in the house. This is a duvet insert that needs a good wash, so that goes in the laundry pile. And this is just a winter blanket that's stored for the warmer weather, so I'm gonna need that for sure. I really like this blanket. I thrifted that pretty recently. It's Land's End. And this is a duvet cover from Pottery Barn Teens that I really liked a lot for a while, but now I'm redoing the bedroom and going for a different look. So I think I'm gonna sell this. Well, we're making some progress. It's still pretty stuffed in here, but at least I can actually access things. And you can see that some progress has been made. So let's keep going. This goes in Zach's room. Here's a nice pile of vintage tablecloths. I love these, and they're all gonna go downstairs. This is a handmade quilt my sister-in-law made my mother. So this will actually go in a blanket chest because we don't use this, but it's special and I'm definitely keeping it. We have this beautiful needlework picture. I love this. Originally I was going to put it in the hallway, but then I changed my mind. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for now. I'll save it until I decide. This is a fabulous blanket, but I think I have enough throw blankets, so this will go in the sell pile. I think this is a much more reasonable stack of throw blankets than I had before, so good purge. And now I'm gonna go through this wicker basket that has all kinds of things, like this runner from Belgium. I love this. This is actually gonna go in the study, I think. And, oh, this is a very pretty tablecloth that I almost forgot about. So that will go downstairs along with this runner that will also go downstairs. This fabric doesn't need to be here. This is a really pretty tablecloth I bought for the kitchen, but the colors weren't quite right, so this goes in the sell pile. This is a pretty tablecloth. I don't know if I'm going to actually want to use this again or not, so I might hold on to it for just a little longer, and if I don't use it in a year, I will donate it or sell it. Got these really pretty cloth napkins. I forgot I even had them, so it's good to know they're here, and I think I better put them to some use. This is a lovely throw blanket that I've also sometimes used as a tablecloth. This is a beauty. Everything in this bag is vintage and from family. So tablecloths that have been embroidered by my grandmother, by my great-grandmother, some vintage aprons, all really highly sentimental things, and I think going through this is a project unto itself. So for tonight, I'm gonna let this be because I don't wanna fall down that particular rabbit hole, and I'll just keep going with the rest. Like this tablecloth that isn't old and isn't special. And here is a pile of fabric. Okay, friends, I think I did a pretty good job for one evening. This is so much better, much more manageable. I don't look like I have a crazy hoarded closet anymore, and things don't fall on me when I open the door. That's a really good sign. So yeah, I think this is pretty organized. I can access everything I need. I'm so glad I got this done. This has been bothering me for the longest time, and at the end of the day, it only took about an hour or so to do. Not bad at all. In case you're wondering, this is how everything looks in the downstairs closet that Eric just renovated. So I have everything hanging on hangers where I can find each and every tablecloth or runner as I need them. So handy. So I hope you enjoyed organizing with me and cleaning out the closet. I hope it inspires you to do a room or a space in your house as well. It feels so good. I thought it might be fun to just share a quick booth update with you. We're not going to take a lot of time here because I haven't done that much that's new since the last time we took a peek at the booth, but I always do get a lot of requests for an update. So I thought this was a good time to show you what I did the last time I was there. So you can see I've added a few new things and I still have a full wall of art, which I'm really enjoying. Here are the shelves to the right, so things are pretty well stocked. There's a lot of stuff here, hopefully some things that will appeal to buyers. I still have the same artwork on the end cap of my shelf, including this floral bouquet, which is signed. This beautiful quilt poem is still here, as well as the thatched roof cottage, which I really love. And I have some more artwork here. I'm hoping that there's a good variety to appeal to lots of different tastes. This Sargent print is new. I like the beach theme. And this Amish buggy print is also new to my booth space. I picked that up in Pennsylvania. I have a cookbook. They tend to sell pretty well. A teapot. And these are really pretty strawberries. Lots of interesting things. At least I hope they're interesting. These shelves are stocked full of an eclectic mix of items. I've got teacups, I've got some Belique, I have some B&G. This clock is so beautiful. This is all needleworked. I have this beautiful Mikasa plate and some candles with hurricane shades. And then for a better look over here on the shelves for some of the particular items, I know I already went through that, but that green planter is pretty new, as well as this Brown Betty teapot. I still have these ruby red cordial glasses. I think they're cordials. The rooster and the teapot and this really pretty rooster compote. And a nice toll work vase that was in my kitchen for a while. I thought this needlepoint stool was really cute, and this pretty little coat rack. We've got some vintage gloves that are fun. There's still some old vintage patterns, and I added some spools of thread and a whole big stash of buttons. The last pieces I want to show you include this Seth Thomas wall clock and this long skinny mirror, and I hope you enjoyed this little booth preview. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my thrifted haul. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the bits and pieces I've collected along the way and some of the other things that I've shared in this video. If you enjoyed it, please take a minute to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Consider sharing this video with a friend if you know somebody who might enjoy it. And more than anything else, have a fabulous day. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.